these are all the steps that you need for your pencil case project. So the first step is to cut out your panels from the larger piece. Once you've got those cut out, you need to layer them up. So the next step is to put 3 layers together. Firstly, on the bottom, a layer of batting or wadding, then your small pencils, and they need to be face up, your larger pencils, which need to be face down. You are going to sew most of the way around, so start on the centre of one of the sides, come up, across the top, down, across the bottom, and then a little way up the other side just to finish it off. The next step is to turn it right side out, but before you do so, you just need to take a little bit of the bulk out the corners, and you need to do 2 snips for this, one coming across and one coming down, just taking triangles off each side just to lessen the bulk for when you turn it right side out. Now the fabric panel's sewn together and turned the right way out, I've gone ahead and added quilting lines in between each of these pencils, and that's just to secure all 3 layers together and to give it a bit more texture. The next step for the pencil case is to add the pencil case ends. Now we add these with just embroidery floss, and the piece of floss you're going to need is going to be 4 times the distance where the holes are around the edge of that piece. So I'll get this threaded up and then I'll join you to show you how to attach one to the other. Ready to assemble the pencil case now, and I've got my panel. First job I need to do with that is just to add a line, and that line needs to be 1.5 inches from here to the bottom there. And the reason you need that is because when you start to sew these, you don't want to start and finish on either end. Either end is going to be where you're going to open and close the pencil case, and that can be a stress point. So you actually want to start about 7 or 8 holes in. So that's 7 holes that I've worked there, which is about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to take that and just pop my thread through from the back to the front, and when I'm stitching I'm going to try and keep myself along that edge line of the pencil. And I need to put my first stitch in to bring it back through to the side where we're going to join it to the MDF. So stitches in place there, and then I'm going to take my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th hole. 7th hole lines up with that first one, so I'm actually going to take it through the 6th and join these 2 together. And then I'm going to continue working through the next hole and taking it out through the fabric, and then back again, taking it to the next hole, trying to keep my lines on this side nice and straight. The lines of stitching through the MDF will automatically straighten themselves out, so you don't need to worry about those as much. And again, taking that back through, keeping it nice and straight. And what will happen is, as you stitch round, it will start to curl up as it curls round. So we are looking to get it right up to this top end, and then when you get to the top end, you are actually going to start working back on yourself, and that will do 2 things. Working back on yourself will make a really secure join, so you'll get double the row of stitching, and it will also mean that it will fill in all these gaps, so you get a solid line of stitching all the way around. So we're almost at the top there, so I'm going to come through there, come through my last top portion of here, and that 1.5 inch gap will leave you just a comfortable kind of 1/4 inch on that edge there, which isn't stitched right up to the top, just so you've got a little bit of room to manoeuvre. And then working your way back down, you're going to come back into that original hole that you came out of, and then back in the next one, just making sure that you try and line it up with your previous stitch, and you work your way all the way back around. So I will stitch all the way back around, and then when I get to this other end, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to turn my way back around and come back the other way. So the first end is on the pencil case now, and it's stitched all the way around both sides. Now, instead of pushing this thread back through to the outer side, what I've actually done is pushed it through into the centre there. And that is so, instead of making a knot, what I can do is weave in and out of those existing stitches, so pushing the needle flat against the MDF so that it comes out or in between the MDF and the fabric there. Just see it. And you want to go in and out a few times, and that is enough to hold all of those stitches in place so that they won't come out. Pencil case is all finished. I've added the other end on the same way as I did the first, and the only thing that you may want to do is add a button or a press stud to the front to keep it closed.